Hey, I'm Nora from TastyPC.tv, and today I'm going to be doing a review of Phobya's new NB-eLoop Fans. Now, it has been quite some time since I last did a fan review, but as it's kind of fans that originally started TastyPC, I think it's only fitting that my first ever review at TastyHQ be of a fan. Now, I really do love Phobya fans, mainly because of how sexy they are, but it looks like these fans have not only been designed around appearance, but also performance. So in this video, not only am I going to be testing their performance, but I'm also going to be comparing them to some of the more performance-orientated fans, such as the Noctua NFF12s and the Corsair Air Series fans. Now, these fans are currently available in red, but should also soon be available in black. So let's get started. Starting with the box, this fan has won IF's 2013 Product Design Award. Now, Phobya have actually teamed up with Noiseblocker to make a sexier version of their bionic loop fan. Now, this fan comes in several different variants, so the specs will vary. And if I show you the specs of Phobya's one, the maximum RPM is 1600, it's got a static pressure of 1560, it's got a CFM of 61.2, and it makes an average noise of 22.5 decibels. Looking at the fan itself, it is definitely incredibly sexy and definitely up to Phobya's usual appearance standards. It's got semi-transparent deep red blades, red anti-vibration pads and a black frame, and even though it doesn't have LEDs, which I would have preferred, the fact that it doesn't definitely adds to its stealthy and sleek design. So the anti-vibration pads are raised slightly to prevent vibrations passing from the fan to the case. It's not the best design that I've seen, as it doesn't prevent the vibrations travelling through the screws, but it should be sufficient. One thing that I did notice about this fan is the bumps around the edge of the frame and the curves along the edge of the blades, and basically this is something that I like to call owl tech. Basically, when pigeons fly, they create a lot of air turbulence, and that's what creates the noise. And when owls fly, they create hardly any turbulence, and that's the reason why they are so quiet. And the difference between owl wings and pigeon wings is that owl wings have these little curves along the end. And I'll put the link to that video in the description below if anyone is interested. And I do think that is the origin of the design of this fan. So in theory, this fan should be very quiet. Another thing that I noticed about this fan is that the blades seem to almost flow together to create an inner frame, and this should reduce turbulence, also making the fan quieter. So the fan's cable is a black braided cable with a 3-pin connector, and the fan comes with 4 mounting screws. Moving on to the performance test, I thought I'd do the setup a little bit differently. Now, this is my workstation, and normally I have 3 fans in it, one on the HDMI exhausting out and 2 at the front intaking in. And then I have 2 modular vents at the top and a modular vent down here. Now, as Phobya sent me 3 of the fans, I thought I would test it with one on the HDMI exhausting out to show static pressure, one on the bottom intaking in without a dust filter to show clear airflow, and then one at the front exhausting in to show a mixture of static pressure and airflow. And I thought that this gives a better real world test. So then I also did the same with the Noctua NFF12s and the Corsair Air Series, but using SP fans here and an AF fan here. And then what I did is I set the 660s fan to manually to 50% and got the graphics card, CPU, memory and hard drive stress testing on AIDA64. I ran all of the tests for half an hour with the system at stock. I then took the 4 maximum core temps, from that found the average maximum core temp, minus the ambient room temperature to get the final max delta CPU temp. I then also recorded the max GPU temp and worked out the delta of that as well. And here is a graph of the results that I got. So looking at the graph, you can see that the Phobya Nano NB-eLoop fans don't quite perform as well as the Corsair Air Series Performance Edition or Noctua NFF12s, but do remain pretty competitive. So now I'm going to move on to some sound tests. So, giving these fans an award, the question I have to first ask myself is, would I buy them? And the fact that these fans can stay temperature-wise closer to the most popular performers on the market, the fact that they are quieter than the Noctua NFF12s and the Corsair Air Series High Performance Edition fans, which is kind of like a noise to performance ratio that you'd expect, the fact that they are incredibly sexy, and the fact that they are quite a high-end fan with a competitive price is a definite yes. I would recommend these fans to anyone, and I really do love them. So for that reason, they're going to get the Tasty Award. Now, that's an award launching my new award system. Hopefully it should be finished before the end of February, and I'll do a video explaining what it means. Basically, it's my highest end award, and it just pretty much means gold. If I had to say something bad about these fans, it'd probably be that they make a higher pitched tone than I would like, and that if I was going to go for an ultra quiet rig, I would use the Corsair Air Series Quiet Edition fans, and if I wanted a rig with better performance, I would go for the Corsair Air Series Performance Edition fans. But I do think that if Phobya start making different RPM versions of these fans, then Corsair should be scared, and these are definitely my favourite fans. So that was my review of Phobya's new NB-eLoop fans. If you liked the video, hit the like button, don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching.